So looking at the swings here sent through the Golf app, we've got a very upright posture, almost level pelvis. We need to get this pelvis tilted forward. Then we get a very strong right hand grip. So from these positions, so poor setup, what we start to see is movements built around trying not to hit the ball left, basically. So looks like an aggressive path to the right as you hit the ball, with a club face trying its hardest not to release or return or rotate too much to the left, always fighting that grip. So look, you can swing the club this way, but you're going to have to build all your movements around this kind of style of grip, stroke, stance, which means you won't be able to apply lots of the match or many other information that you hear on YouTube about how to turn and what have you. They won't relate to your swing. So let's talk a little bit more about a kind of neutral setup. So we're seeing classic kind of upright posture. So basically pelvis is quite level. You don't tilt your belt buckle down to the ground much, if you like, which then gets your spine quite upright. Now I can't get my right hand grip in the right place. It naturally wants to be placed onto the club round to the right, so underneath the club. Now that to me naturally makes me want to, if I do my normal kind of actions, make me feel like I'm going to hit the ball left. So we start seeing this kind of swing which is built around not going left. So handle leading, hips going forwards, those kind of ideas. So no real turning through the ball, sliding forward, and kind of like almost like a cricket shot, we'd say over here in the UK. So look, the first port of call for you, get a little bit more neutral, is definitely posture based and then a bit more grip based. So look, right hand on the club. If you do it in no posture to start you off, we want the right hand a bit more on top of the club than you've got it. So thumb and first finger V's that people talk about, form between thumb and first finger, pointing nearer up towards your right shoulder. At the moment, yours is going to be pointing way off, missing your right shoulder. So once you've got your right hand a bit more on top of the club, which for lots of people feels a lot more kind of finger-based hold, then what we're looking to do is get your pelvis bent forward. So from your belt buckle, just try and point that belt buckle a bit more down at the ground. Feel how much more lean forwards that gives you from your pelvis area. And with your right hand on top of the club like this, so leaning forwards, right hand on top of the club, you could really work on maybe just opening up on the way through. So really trying to open up your body, turn your hips and shoulders on the way through, just to try and straighten off the path of the club a little bit. With your posture stroke grip, it's a big effort to swing out to right field to try and stop the club being too far left of the path and going way left. So if you think about it, if you're swinging that far out to the right, you've now got to try and get your face pointing right of target but left of that path, try and hit target. If you do get the club pointing at targeted impact with how far right you're swinging, you're going to get a massive hook off to the left. So you've simply just moved both angles way off to the right. So right hand grip on top, bending more from your pelvis, so from your waist, belt buckle down at the ground, and then really trying to swing on the downswing, trying to get your hips to open up a bit more for yourself, open up your shoulders, try and get the path a little bit straighter rather than so much from in to out. Hope that helps. Thanks for posting the swing and buying the app. Speak to you soon. So more swings sent through the app here. Little bit of rounding off at the shoulders, like to just try and pull those shoulder blades back a fraction, but the postures I've seen worse. Now look, let's think a little bit about this downswing. I'm saying this a lot at the moment in lessons. Let's draw a hand path on, say about there. Club shaft wants to get a little steep to the hand path, as we've spoken about before in many other lessons. That needs to start flattening off to that hand path. Then we see quite a long way left looking swing. Obviously you're not hitting the ball, it's very hard to tell exactly, but it does look to me like you might want to have a bit of a tendency to swing quite a long way left. Now we also see a bit of a collapse at the top of the backswing where the club almost touches your shoulders. So let's get a little bit more width at the top of the backswing and try and get that club dropping down below that hand path. Right, so we see the classic kind of drop of the hands or the club head at the top of the backswing almost rests on the shoulders. So it's like your grip almost lets go as the club flops onto your shoulders. Then from there, as you pull your hands down, very easy to let the club pull over this side of you, which is going to swing it quite a long way to the left. So simple drill for you, you need to try and get your hand, so certainly left hand, a lot further away than your right shoulder at the top of your backswing. So what I want you to do is simply make a few one-handed, left-handed swings, and this is going to help you with your downswing as well, where you try and get your left arm to be way above right shoulder. So you can take a case of turning your shoulders, turning your hips. You're going to have to feel good extension with your arm and not too much flex with your wrist to get that rid of this kind of gap where you just rest it on your shoulders. Now from there, because you've got one hand on it, it's a good stretch at the top of your backswing. Try not to pull out your posture to stretch it up. That's the most common kind of cheat on this drill. So try and feel like you're staying leaned over, so you still extend. I know you're not staying exactly in your posture, but on a 2D screen, try and feel like you are looking like you're still leaning over, or make sure you've still got side bend if you like. Don't stand up. Okay, so good extension. Left shoulder lower than right, so that's that side bend. Now from here, just let the club drop and then reconnect with it and swing it out by the ball. So to the ball, good extension on the way back. Get my left arm and left hand higher than my right shoulder. Let the club drop behind me, reconnect and swing out of it. You can even hit a few shots this way. I'm not going to, because when you hit a few shots this way, you can hit them quite bad. My expensive camera's just right in front of us to the right here, so I don't want to hit that. So once you've done that drill, extend, drop, and then flick it out. So release it out or spin the club out to the ball. Try and put that into a shot. So get the same stretch, drop, and then hit. Hopefully that will sort your path out. Give you that little bit more kind of controlled and solid position at the top to improve those strikes. So question from Simon through the AskGolfGuru app. Thanks for buying the app. Simon, hi Mark, love the videos, keep up the great work. Thank you. Just have a question about why I feel like I hit a lot better shots when I tilt my hands forward a touch before starting the backswing, essentially de-lofting the club a bit. Is it compensating for a problem in my setup somewhere else? Thanks, Simon. Now look, Simon, without seeing you, I have no idea what it's doing, or even if you're doing it. If you hit the ball better that way, then what is wrong with hitting the ball better? If you've got serious questions about it, definitely go and see someone who can help you figure out what you are doing in relationship to what you feel you're doing. So what you're talking about there, as I can read, it sounds like a forward press, common old-fashioned thing, used to be taught forward press. So set yourself up, press your hands forward and then start. I am not a big fan of the forward press. Lots of people I teach who use a forward press don't even know they're doing it. You show them they're doing it and they go, am I doing that? Trying to get them to stop doing it if it is causing a problem. So if they're doing it and it's not causing a problem, I wouldn't get them to stop. But if they're doing a forward press and it's affecting their grip or it's affecting their club face, so where they start and how much loft they return, stroke have at the start, then it is something we might talk about. And when you get people to try and stop forward pressing, it's almost impossible for them at the start, because it's like a twitch. They don't even know they're doing it. They can't even feel. It's not a conscious thing they're doing. The biggest thing, because it's not a conscious thing you're doing, is that A, you record yourself or get a pro to look at you to check you are doing what you think you're doing. And B, have a look where you forward press to. I mean, I have seen some students who struggle from a poor grip. So right hand under the club, which you're seeing a lot in weekly fixes. I get them in the right grip. They then forward press miles, swip the grip back under, and off they go to try and cheat that grip. So that's when I absolutely say, look, you can't forward press like that. It's cheating. You're kind of undoing all the work we're doing in the grip. If you find you're hitting better shots because of your forward press, definitely go and find out why that forward press is helping you, and you'll probably find, which it does for lots of people, it's actually having nothing to do with anything. You are maybe making a different relationship, just the fact that you feel more relaxed when you do a forward press, and then you play better because you feel more relaxed, and you actually deliver some better impact numbers than you do when you feel more tense. So it's about connections, isn't it, and what actually is happening or not. Forward press isn't particularly going to de-loft. I mean, it will de-loft at the start, but it's how you return the club is the real key. You might de-loft at the start and then add lofted impact. Yeah, there's so many different things that can go on. So definitely, if it is causing you concerns, go and have a lesson, go and get a pro to have a look at you. But the other thing I would say is just watch your grip. Often, forward press for me is you can see them cheating their grip. They know their right hand needs to be in a different place. They've had a lesson like years before and they've come for another one. They know their right hand should be in a different place. They put it in the place they think the pro should or wants them to have it, and then they forward press so it's actually in a more twisted underneath the club position. They feel more comfortable and then they hit their normal decent shots with a slight overdraw or whatever the bad shot may be. Go and check it out would be my best advice for you, but if you're hitting good shots with it, just play with it. But personally, I'm not a massive fan of the forward pressing. It gets a few inconsistencies in that setup position before you've even started swinging a club. Hope that helps. Post comments down below. Thanks for buying the app. So another swing sent through the app here, often talking about swing faults. This is a very good looking swing, and I've done this in other videos. Look, there is, without more data, knowing your bad shot, getting you on one of the launch monitor, GC2 HMT, which sits down on the floor in these lessons, I can't help you. There's not enough data from this image hitting a wedge to help you. The swing is very good. So why would this swing be very good, guys? Something for you to all to learn from. So as a standard position, if you take parallax out of the picture, let's pretend we know where this camera is set up. The fact that this head of this club lines up with the hands around club parallel to the ground is a good thing. The face is blurred, but it looks like it's turning slightly down to the ground. That's a very good thing. Top of the backswing, club face slightly closed to the left arm to parallel. That's a very strong move. Very good kind of width at the top of the backswing. Quite a young person's swing to get that much stretch. Downswings very nicely. Watch how the shaft of the club, if we draw the hand plane on, say it looks about here. No, it's a little flatter than that. More steeper than that, I should say. Hand plane's there. Look how the shaft plane is way below the hand plane, which I go on about a lot. Very, very good. Coming into the ball, obviously blurred with these kind of cameras, can't see anything with past because it's such a neutral swing. Follow through looks pretty good. Right knee going over towards left knee, hips opening up. This is a very good action. Well, without more data, this is where having a video, just a lesson just on video for lots of you out there having lessons, sometimes isn't quite enough if you're, even if for bad players, but for good players as well. That's a good solid swing. There we go, guys. I often talk about swing faults. This young guy's got a very good swing, hitting some kind of key textbooky positions, so not too what we'd call twisted with the club face at that early stage. So you're not behind him or in front of him. Very natural position at the top with the face in a very good position in relationship to the hands. Downswing, he loves, he drops the shaft below the hand plane and spins it out to the ball, and his body all takes part in that as well. Lots of really good movements. You can learn a lot from trying to hit some of those positions. Now, it's not all about positions, because I can show you many good golfers who don't hit a lot of those positions, but without the numbers of a launch model like GC2 HMT down here on the floor, a video like that, all I can say is go and have a lesson if you've actually got an issue that you want to fix with someone with a launch model, because that is a good looking swing, and with a short iron like you've got, I'm sure you hit lots of good shots. Post comments, let me know your handicap, if you had lessons, what you're working on, what your bad shot is. I'd love to hear. Thanks for watching. So we've got a little bit of funky knee movement going on in this swing. So setup looks okay. It's here, look at the right knee. Let's get a bit of control of your knees, left knee and right knee. But if we focus it a bit more around right knee, I think your left knee might come into kind of line a little bit more. Then what we see as you come through is right foot bent back. So struggling to get off that right foot, and obviously the loss of balance. There it goes, all from that kind of wobbly knees. Let's get some control over these knees. You've got a lot of good movements in here. You just need a little bit more of a balanced position to try and create this consistent strike from. Right, guys, we've got a little bit of the knees, haven't we? Got the old Elvis knees going on here. See this quite a lot. You'll be amazed if you watch world-class players play how little they do with their lower half in the backswing. Now, you get some who might straighten the right knee and the left knee goes a little bit forwards. You'll get some who don't, so we'll keep the right knee more flexed. They won't retain all the flex, but they'll keep it more flexed as the left knee comes forward. But both style of players will be doing, within reason, there's some exceptions, but the majority will be doing certainly none of this. So the collapsing of the right knee out and the left knee, and as you come through, trying to throw back onto the left, left gives way, and it's kind of jumping back off the shot. So look, great way for you to practice this. I want you to feel like you keep your shoulder turn relatively full. So I feel like you're still using your shoulders a lot, but just keep your knees still on the backswing. Feel like they barely move. Turn your shoulders, then drive your knees. When you finish, try and feel where your weight is on your left side. Try and feel it stamping down on that left heel as you finish. So be much more aware of where that weight is traveling to on the way through to gain that extra balance. But it's about trying to gain a bit of control. Now, if that feels too restrictive, what you can do is just feel like the right knee straightens up slightly. So feel like the right knee goes back, left hip goes back. So no to the side, just feel like it goes back, then drive through. Again, you're going to get a lot more controlled movement on the backswing. You're going to get a more repeatable strike, and you'll have more chance of finding that weight at the finish, keeping that balance, hitting the balls from any kind of slopey lies, wind, rain, whatever, rather than giving it such a wild action down below. Hope that helps. Post comments, love to hear. What's going on here? Don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments, love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show, get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.